Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything he signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything he signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything he signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Let's go get it. Everything signed is sealed. Now Christians want to know if the man Jesus Christ is real. Like 25 to life, he's real. Like you heard in the hook, everything he signed is sealed. Lift his name up high, Christians know the deal. They know Jesus Christ sacrificed his life on the cross. Without his blood shed, our world would be lost. Fake gods measure up, fall away short. Trying to blind us believers with praise report. That's why I stay prayed up. PCTC's the motto. Christ's riches worth more than the lie though. And not monetary gift short of eternal. Other deities compare their life virtue. Christ is the only man who blesses my house. So I stay praising constantly without doubt. In his presence there is life, like Pastor Paulette said. There's only one time I can say that I rep. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything he signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything he signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything signed is sealed. Let me tell y'all a story about a man from NY who had many situations, made a one to die. He went out looking for love in the wrong places. Wanted to get stroked to let the girl change her faces. Wouldn't believe the pain that this man felt. Well, all he ever wanted was love under his belt. Lady after lady said that they wanted babies. When it came to loving him, went ghost like Patrick Swayze. With each dagger to the heart, made weaker from the start. Got me screaming out like the Simpson they bought. Can't believe it when all he wanted was attention. And a special lady out her mouth, his name mentioned. Little did he know God's love unconditional. Unlike women like J Fox, unpredictable. He won't let the world see his tears, but to God late at night he made a song cry with fears.
Tell me what your Christ like.
When you're rolling through,
or are you ashamed?
if you are what you're gonna do,
The sins I revoke.
but your righteousness will be approved.
Heaven or hell.
Tick tock, time to shoot.
Tell me what your Christ
When you're
like.
rolling through,
Or are you ashamed?
if you are what you're gonna do,
The sins I revoke.
but your righteousness will be approved.
Heaven or hell.
Tick tock, time to shoot.
What your Christ like? What your Christ tell me? Like, know what your Christ like? What your Christ tell me? Like, you know what your Christ like? What your Christ tell me? Like, you know what your Christ like? What your Christ? Come on, what your Christ like? What your Christ tell me? Like, you know what your Christ like? What your Christ tell me? Like, you know what your Christ like? What your Christ tell me? Like, you know what your Christ like? What your Christ tell me? Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything he signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything he signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything he signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything signed is sealed. Day after day, the cycle continues. Seeking love with no luck. Unfulfilled venues. Man left alone like a king off the throne. Like one man walking through the Georgia Dome. Where the Falcons play. Thoughts of love go astray. Feelings of isolation over and over replays. Won't let the devil get the best of me. Jesus is real. Satan go to the west of me. Cause my God is real. Won't give him less of me. And the devil stayed busy working desperately. He stayed testing me. The God beat the glory. Call me a sellout to the Lord. True story. And you talk about your God is this. Your God is that. My God is the realest. All others are whack. When they listen to the realest disciple, close your eyes. Imagine life without the bliss and reach to the sky. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything he signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything he signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. Mine is real. Everything signed is sealed. Tell me what your Christ like. What your Christ like. Mine is real. What your Christ like. What your Christ like.
What is happening? Good morning. Good morning to my stateside fam. Good evening to my overseas fam. It's your boy Esco the Disciple tapping in. Wow. Let me first just say God is good, man. God is good all the time. Where would we be if it wasn't for the Lord waking us up, starting us on another day, man? it's a beautiful day, man. It's a beautiful life, and I'm not saying that because everything is all good, but I'm saying that because I know who I am, and I know whose I am. Most importantly, so I'm just tapping in real quick, man. I had an opportunity to tune into um, a message last night, and it really struck a chord with me. And what I want to talk about, just for a few moments, if I could, is love, man. Love. And what I really feel right now, especially in the day and age that we're in, man, and really all the time, I really just feel like that the world needs more love. People need to show more love. People need to show more compassion for their fellow man, for their fellow woman, man. I say that because it's just if you one of the interesting things about life now versus, let's say, 30 years ago is that everybody has access to everything. Everybody has a phone. Everybody has, social media. Everybody has access to the internet pretty much. And because of that, I feel like there's a lot of good that's being done with that. And I feel like that there's a lot of evil that's being done with that. Anytime that you can pick up your phone and you can see somebody getting shot, or anytime that you can pick up your phone and you can see somebody getting jumped or getting harmed, or you can hear somebody being talked about, it's crazy, man. It's like everybody out here is a critic. Everybody out here, has an opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having an opinion. There's nothing wrong, but at the end of the day, I feel like people need to show more love to their fellow man. Need to show more compassion. Now, don't get it twisted. Showing love doesn't mean that you're a sucker, and showing love doesn't mean that you allow anybody to do any and everything to you. But what that basically means is that in spite of all the evil and in spite of all the wrongdoing that people do, you can still move in love. You can still operate in love. You can still show love. I know it's a hard pill because, sadly, people have the spirit of the get back, right? People have the spirit of, oh, I'm gonna get you back, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that. But here's the thing, man. At the end of the day, if people do you dirty and you can still show them love, that doesn't mean that you're weak, or to me, what that basically exhibits is your strength. And it shows the weakness of other people when they can talk bad about you, they can do you wrong, they can do you dirty, and nevertheless, you still show love. To me, that shows the ultimate sign of weakness is that in spite of the adversities, in spite the adversities that come up against you, expect the all the negativity that can come your way, you can still show love. That's the ultimate sign of it. That's the ultimate sign of strength. That's the ultimate sign of courage. That's the ultimate sign of just realizing that I'm not going to stoop down to the level of people just because they want me to. I'm not going to allow myself to get caught up in their foolishness. I'm not going to allow myself to get caught up in their negativity, but yet I'm going to rise above. First Lady Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go higher. And that's a hard pill for some people to swallow because, again, a lot of people have that get back spirit. Like, you know what, you do me dirty, I'm gonna do you dirty back, or you do something to me, I'm gonna do something back to you. And while I understand that in some aspects, at the end of the day, what does doing wrong to somebody that done wrong to you do? Think about that. Think about that. If somebody does something to you and then you turn around and do something back, now you're just two wrong people, two wrong situations. And everybody is salty because of the fact that, the one person did something dirty to them. There's no growth in that. There's no manifestation in that. There's no overcoming in that. There is no prosperity in that, man. So let's cut this out. Or, well, oh, they did me wrong, and I'm a fight back, and nah, man. The ultimate sign of strength that you can ever exhibit is to walk away, bow out gracefully. Bow out gracefully. Hashtag that, man. Bow out gracefully. The Bible talks a lot about grace and extending grace. And, yes, it's not always easy to extend grace to people, especially when people do you dirty. Especially when do you dirty. But when I think about how every day, every single day, we fall short of the glory of God, right? Every single day, we do things that aren't pleasing to God. Every single day, we have thoughts, we do actions, we say words that are not pleasing to God. But yet, God extends His grace and His mercy to us on the daily. If you woke up this morning, that means God extended His grace to you. You know what I'm saying? If you got a roof over your head, if you got your lights turned on, that means God has extended His grace to you, man. So, who are we to incriminate somebody else for them doing wrong? Because here's the thing. The act of wrongdoing incriminates itself. You don't need to add your own incrimination onto it. You don't need to. But instead, show love. Now, here's the thing. Now, I want to make this very clear. Showing love does not mean that you got to be buddy-buddy or you got to entertain foolishness. Showing love does not mean that. But what showing love means is rising above the foolishness that people present to you. That's showing love. That's giving grace. That is allowing yourself to not stoop down to the level of people who's trying to take you there. And another thing when it comes to that, man, don't ever allow somebody to bring you back to a place that you have leveled up from. Because if you allow somebody to drag you back to the messiness, if you allow somebody to drag you back to the backbiting, the ill wishing and all that, that's not showing love to yourself. Because showing love to yourself is realizing that as you go on in life, you're supposed to mature, you're supposed to grow. And when you do the things that, if you do the things that children do, if you do the things that you used to do, your former self do, that's not showing love to yourself. And the world needs the best version of yourself. Yeah, you might say, "Oh, well, I want to be petty," or "I'm just in a petty mood." Okay, but what does being petty accomplish, man? Think about it. What does being petty accomplish? Absolutely nothing. To me, being petty is kind of like a drug in the sense that you might get temporary gratification from being petty, but then when that wears off, what do you have? You back into the same place that you were before you did it. We don't want to stay the same. We want to elevate ourselves. We want to go higher. We want to man, we want to improve ourselves. And being petty doesn't accomplish that. It doesn't solve that. It doesn't solve anything. It's instant gratification, but it wears off quick. Humiliating somebody, yeah, you might get laughs and kicks out of it, but once that's all said and done, what do you have after that, man? What do you have after that? Absolutely nothing, man. Absolutely nothing. So what the world needs, man, is we really need to show more love. We really need to, you know, step out of ourselves for a second. Be selfless for a second and lift up your fellow man, your fellow woman. Speak a word of life. Speak a word of encouragement into somebody. You'd be surprised how far a word of encouragement can go towards building somebody up. That's why, for me personally, and again, I don't really like to brag on myself or what have you, but I am trying my hardest to be more of an encourager and be more of a light to people who need it. Because there were times when I was in a dark place and I didn't have that readily available for me to obtain. So I want to try my best to operate in love when I encourage people, when I reach out to people, what have you. That's my goal in life, man. Is to be an encourager. But it starts with love. I feel like love and encourage kind of go hand in hand, essentially. Because if you care enough about somebody to speak a word of encouragement to them, that's a form of love. And here's the thing, you don't even have to like somebody to love them. We all got those family members that we love to death, but we can't stand for whatever reason. So you don't have to actually like somebody to show them love and compassion. It's human decency, it's the decent thing to do to speak life, to show love to people, to show to and be encouraging. That's basically common courtesy, essentially, if you will. So let's walk more in love, man. Let's walk more in love. It's so important. It's so important. Now, here's the thing. Here's another point that I want to make, and I'm not gonna be on here long. But I just had to speak on this topic because it was something that really struck a chord with me last night when I was listening to um, I believe it was Break Room actually that I was listening to. She was going in, she was flowing about love. But here's the thing. Check this out, right? Even though, and this is something that we got to get. Do not expect people to show the same love to you that you are showing to them. Don't expect it because everybody is not going to everybody's not going to move the way that you move. Everybody's not going to flow the way that you love. And even walking in love, sometimes it can be hurtful because of what I just said. You can show love, grace, and mercy to people, and they may not show it back. But that's okay. Because check this out. When you do things with the right tension in mind, God is going to make things happen for you, man. When you are a blessing, you will be blessed. But we have to get out of this mind frame that we can only be blessed in the way that we want to be blessed. You can sow a seed, and again, I'm in the States, I'm in the United States. I live on the East Coast, right? You could sow a seed in New York and be blessed in California. You can sow a seed in Houston, Texas, and be blessed in Seattle, Washington. But see, the thing is that we want to put God in a box, and I had this conversation when I was talking about shout out to Open Book. I had a conversation with Open Book, actually both on my podcast this past Sunday, and then also on her show where she highlighted my YouTube channel, where you can when you are a blessing, when you drop blessings and when you do blessings, you have to allow God to be the fertilizer. You have to allow God to sprinkle a little bit or whatever amount of super onto your natural in order for that seed to grow. But the problem is that we want to plant seeds and then we want to tell God, okay, well, you bless me when when I want to be blessed. And it doesn't work that way, man. It does not work that way. When you show love, you may be blessed in a way that you didn't even think of. For me, what I've been doing lately is I've been showing gratitude and thankfulness for the blessings of God, for the little things that sometimes we overlook. Things like, waking up in the morning, brushing my teeth in the morning, being able to, excuse me, being able to see out of my eyes, being able to hear, right? Those things I have been trying to make more of a conscious effort to show love and appreciation for. Those things right there. And I feel like also with love, being a blessing and love are parallel. They are parallel in the sense that The more you give of yourself, the more love that you give, the more blessings that you'll give. Now, notice I didn't say the more that you give, the more that you receive when it comes to love. Because as I just mentioned, man, you can love, love, love. You can show love and not even get it back. I'm a witness to that. But what I had to realize is that the blessings that I'm storing up has nothing to do with who I'm being a blessing to. The things that I am doing, well, it won't come back from the sources that I give them to. They won't. But if I could avoid a catastrophic event simply by sowing a seed of a blessing, by sowing a seed of encouragement, by showing love, by showing compassion, if I can be blessed by something not happening, then that's a win. If I can go home to work every morning and come back every day, that's a blessing. If God can cancel assignments that were sent to destroy me, that's a blessing. The word doesn't promise us that the weapons won't form, but it says that the weapons that form shall not prosper. So if I can sow a seed of love, if I can sow a seed of blessing to somebody, and then the way that I'm blessed back is by the weapon that was formed to take me out, not actually prosper, then it's worth it. We have to get out of the mind frame of, oh, eye for an eye or what have you. No, 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 no. We have to. We got to get out of that mind frame. We have to. We got to get out of that mind frame, man. So let's not let's not think that, or let's not put God in a box. I talked a little bit about that the other day too. Let's not say that, oh, because I'm loving on, person A, B, and C, that person A, B, and C has to love me back. No, not at all. Not at all. The love that you will get and the support that you will get will come. It will come, regardless of what you may say, what you may think, or what have you. It will come. And that's something that I recently just had a revelation about, honestly. Because I used to be the kind of person where I used to get salty, man, because, I'm showing love, I'm showing appreciation, what have you, and it's not coming back to me the way that I want to. But I just recently, within the past couple of weeks, had the revelation, man, that listen, love is not going to come from where you show love. It's not. Not all. Sometimes it does. Sometimes. But there are going to be times where it won't. It will not come back to you the way that you give it. But at the end of the day, man, still, in spite of, not because of, but in spite of the people that try to do you wrong or don't show you love, show love anyway. And what I realized over the past couple of days in my interactions with the Open Book fam, and again, shout out to my Open Book fam, that listen, if what you're doing is dope, if the love that you're showing is going to be received by those that need to receive it. And not only that, but who receives the love that you get may change over time. Who change who you love on or what have you, that may change over time. It may change. So you might be getting love from a certain group of people for a period of time, and then it change. Because here's the thing, people change, situations change. But nevertheless, man, continue to show love, man. Continue to show love. It's not always easy to show love, but anything that's worth anything in life is never going to be easy. That's why you don't have more doctors. That's why you don't have more lawyers or highly skilled position, athletes, things like that. Because a lot of those things are not easy to do. But if you put the work into it, if you put the integrity behind what you're doing, then you will be loved on by who needs to love on you. You will be appreciated by who needs to appreciate you. But stop expecting it back from where you give it, man. Stop expecting it. It's always a bonus. It's always a blessing to get it back from where you receive it. That's a blessing, man. Listen, I'm not saying that you should dismiss love from people that you give it to. If they give it back, take it. If it's genuine, take it. Like I always say, I always appreciate a genuine prayer, from anybody that's praying and lifting me up, man. I always do. Because, you just never know how God can use people, how God can anoint people to speak into your life on your behalf and you not even know it. Now, what I always pray for is I pray for, the assignments and the ill wishes to not prosper against me. I pray for that because there are people that do pray for your downfall. But, for those that are genuine with it, you always accept genuine prayers, man. Always. Because somebody who genuinely decides that they're going to pray for you and actually mean it, that's a form of love. That is a form of love. So I said all of that, to say this, man, and just to kind of sum it up, let's love more, man. If everybody showed just a little bit more love and compassion, man, what a wonderful world this would be, man. What a wonderful world this would be if everybody showed their fellow man and their fellow woman more love and compassion, man. You wouldn't have all the backbiting, you wouldn't have all the hating, you wouldn't have all the killing, all of that. If people just showed each other more love, man, you wouldn't have it. You would not have it. So, I just really wanted to kind of put that message out there this morning, man. The world needs more love. And no, you might not be able to change the world by showing love. But if everybody, the Bible talks about examining thyself, right? So if everybody were to, step outside of themselves and then just really just look deep within themselves and show and figure out ways that they can show more love. Can you imagine? The world has billions and billions of people in it, man. If every single person walking on Earth's surface can look within themselves and say, I can show more love and then actually execute, what a wonderful world this will be, man. What a wonderful world this will be. If we can get rid of all the foolishness, man. The foolishness. But show more love and compassion, man. Show more love and compassion. Show more love and compassion. That's my prayer, man, is that the world can get more love, can show more love, because we need it, man. We really need it. We really do need it, man. There was a conversation that I had one time, and I'm gonna say this real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. But there was a conversation that I had one time about if it's possible to show too much love. And I will answer that with this. Are you ever going to deny yourself of a blessing because you've already been blessed? Would you say, you know what? No, God, don't bless me. You've blessed me enough. I don't know anybody in the world that will refrain from getting a blessing. And I'm not talking about monetary, but I'm just talking about just blessings. Like, I don't know anybody that will say, oh, don't bless me because I've already been blessed. If you're anything like me, I want the blessings to continue to flow. I want to continue to be blessed. I want to continue to be blessed. I want my blessings to be reoccurring. So when it comes to love, I feel like there is not a way that we can show too much genuine love. Not that fake fly by night stuff where the only way that you can love me is if I'm doing something for you, or not that not I'm not even talking about that, because that's not real love. That is not real love at all. Like Mary J. Blige says, I'm searching for some real love. You know what I'm saying? So we not talk about that fly by night stuff, man. We just talking about true, genuine love. So let's show more of it, man. Let's show more of it. Let's show our fellow man, our fellow woman, more love and compassion. And realizing that in doing that, you're not gonna get it back from where you give it. But nevertheless, man, nevertheless, anyhow, you can still show love. Even if you don't get it from where you're putting it out, you can still continue to show love, because remember, our blessings are not gonna come from where we plant seeds at. They're not gonna come from there. But nevertheless, man, show more love and compassion to your fellow man. Show it. Don't ever stop loving people. Don't ever stop showing people love. And that's actually why, on my podcast episodes, I've been doing where I've been telling people, look, I love y'all, man. I love y'all. People can be here today and gone tomorrow, man. So we got to show more love today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till next week. Show more love starting today. Because one, you never know how that love that you show can impact somebody positively. And two, you just never know when your last day is, man. And I don't say that to scare anybody, but it's more so to bring self-awareness. Show more love, show more compassion. And I guarantee you, man, that when you make things happen for somebody else when it comes to love, God honors that. And God will start to make things happen for you in your life. If we stop looking, with the wrong set of eyes and stop looking for like monetary blessings and all that, if we stop looking in that mind frame and just realize that God can still bless you in ways that you never even imagined. If any assignment has ever been canceled, that means you were blessed. So just because you're not getting it back the way that you feel you should get it, doesn't mean that you're not being loved on by God. Every day that we wake up is a blessing. Every day that we wake up, we are loved on by God. And then anything else on top of that is a bonus. Anything on top of that is just all the more. So that's all I got, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get on out the way so I can go ahead and start my day of work, my 9 to 5. But I'll leave you guys with this thought, man. More love, less hate. And when you do that, you open up the realm of possibilities to be blessed above and beyond your wildest dreams, man. So that's my time. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. I want to say take care. God bless. I'm signing off. I love each and every one of you all that tuned in this morning or this evening overseas. But remember, God loves you more. Take care. God bless. Peace.